Hi, my name is Olivia Cobb, and I'm going to teach you the 3 steps that I taught myself in the beginning of the year for metric prefix conversions. I know a lot of people struggle with it, and it's really hard to do these complex chem problems that we do further along in the course if you do not have these basics down. So there are 3 steps. The last step is the actual acronym. The first step is the rule to finding all the exponents, and then the second step is the one exception to the rule. So for the first step, all you need to know is this diagram, 12-15 with a 3 on it. There's a dash in the first step and there's a dash in the second step, both of which are very important. This dash stands for -15, which tells us where to stop because we're only supposed to know times 10 to the -15 in this course. And there's a 3 above it, which is representative of the fact that we will be subtracting 3 every time. If you have a hard time remembering this, just know that 12 plus 3 equals 15. That's kind of how I remember this diagram. And then moving on to step 2, that is the one exception. There's a big circle around it to be representative of a 0 because you're going to get 0 for one of the answers, but that is the one exception because you can't really have times 10 to the 0. And it stands for centimeters because that is 10 times 10 to the -2. That's why that dash is in front of the second step to remind me that it is -2. So the actual acronym is the last step, and it is the great medieval king couldn't make muffins, nevertheless pastries failed. So to actually find the exponents, what we're going to do is we're going to start with the rule, and we're going to bring down 12. That T for the is tera, which is times 10 to the 12th. And every time we are just going to subtract 3. So you subtract, you get 9 because giga is times 10 to the 9th. Keep subtracting 3, you get times 10 to the 6th, which is mega. Subtract 3, you get 3, which is times 10 to the 3, which is kilo. So we're just finding this exponent every time. So you subtract 3 again and you get 0. This is the exception. This is where we plug in that -2 from this second step up here. And if you have a hard time remembering that, just know that the C from couldn't stands for centimeter, and that O right next to it looks just like that 0. So that's how you know when we're doing the exception. You subtract 3 and you get -3. Subtract 3 again, you get -6. There's 2 M's right here. One is for milli and one is for micro, and a lot of people didn't know which one is which, and that tripped them up. Just know that there is one I in muffin, and there is one I in micro. And then so that means that this one is going to be milli. So milli is times 10 to the -3, and micro is times 10 to the -6. So you subtract 3 from this, you get -9. Subtract 3 again, you get -12. Subtract 3 again, you get -15. Boom. That is where we stop because that -15 up there tells us that is our stopping point, and that is all we needed to know right now in this course. So now you have all of the exponents that you need to know for prefix conversions right in front of you that you can refer to at any time in your test, and it is a great tool. Thank you and goodbye.